What's going on, guys? It's Tony, Urban Girl Scout Media. You know the motto, same as our bi-weekly show. We're living the dream as always. This is going to be, this won't actually be the first episode because I'm not putting any production value into it, but this will be one of the categoried going off the rails. It's a new type of show that I'm going to do where the language is going to be a little more adult-themed. The content might be a little bit more adult-themed. So if you're not into that, you got about 5 seconds to get the fuck out of here. Alright. So welcome to Off the Rails, guys. Like I said, this isn't going to be the official first episode, but there was a topic that was just too juicy to cover, or to not cover, I guess. I want to talk about the President of the United States, the POTUS, the Commander-in-Chief. Donald Trump. He's taken a lot of heat over the years for pretty much the stupidity that he is. He is the example of stupid. He is a knuckle dragger. He is a mouth breather. He is a womanizer. He is a racist. He is all these terrible things. We knew these things. And really from the moment he's become president, he's used social media to become a bit of a headline. Good for him. Within the past week, he has taken that to a whole new level, and maybe it's the flavor of the week, maybe it's because it's a fucking issue and we need to talk about it, but President Trump officially attacked 4 women, verbally, saying, go back to your country. You can find the whole story if you want. They were women of Congress, women who have served this country incredibly well in their time here, women who did not deserve that. Just a few days ago, the president was at a rally in one of the Carolinas, and the chance of send them back started. The president did not put in a lot of effort to try and stop that shit. So what's my issue with this? Well, a few things. One, if you can look at me and tell me that the president is not in the wrong for what he said, and that it's not an issue, you are now, in my opinion, a racist, a bigot, someone who has hatred in their heart. Because the president has made it so fucking simple to see what he is about that anyone who wants to go in the other direction clearly has an agenda. Anyone who wants to support him, I guess, would be the way to go. Attacking people verbally by saying those things is just downright disgusting. It's creating a environment in the country that is hostile, uncomfortable, and this isn't what we stand for. I'm not sure exactly why the president is the way he is, and I don't fucking care. It's kind of the same thing that Joe Dirt once said. What makes a sunset beautiful? It just is. What makes the president a moron? He just is. Donald Trump is perhaps the worst example, the worst perfect example of what we as Americans are. We are willing to put up with his shenanigans because it doesn't impact us directly. We are willing to deal with his hatred because our lives on a local level are just so tough that we can't even imagine how to get involved with that. And we're willing to deal with the fact that he clearly had help from Russia in this last election, and the fact that they raped the democratic system. We're okay to deal with that. Because it was never anything so mainstream and so central to people's hearts that we had to talk about it. And when we did talk about it, it was in dark rooms and the corners, and it wasn't a mainstream conversation because politics is naturally polarizing. You can't talk about politics with people because if Donald Trump improved the economy, but then did the exact same things on this race issue that he has performed, it would be incredibly difficult to focus on one or the other. Just the truth. Not that it's wrong or right, that's just the truth. I guess where I want to leave this today, because I'm really not even sure what I'm going to complain about. I mean, We know we have a knuckle dragger for a president. He is, for all intensive purposes, a buffoon. There is no surprise to that. I'm more worried about the people across the country. I'm worried about the people who are going to be impacted by what he says. People who are going to go to his rallies and repeat those things. People who are going to hear what he says and feel unsafe. People from other countries who are going to hear what he says and maybe not want to come here. Maybe people from other countries who hear that and use that to help push their terrorist agenda. The other thing that worries me is, are we really as a country going to allow this shit zipper to continue to represent us like this? Is this what we want? Is this who we are? I am not a racist. I'm not a bigot. I find humor in stereotypes. I find humor in racism because that's how uncomfortable it is. That's where I go to work through it. I find humor when people make fun of white people. I don't find humor, though, in blatant hatred. I don't find humor in leaders of the free world showing that they are not supportive of the free world for all peoples. It's time that we all kind of got off our asses and realized that the president is an issue, but he's not the biggest issue. He's just one man. There's a lot of checks and balances that'll keep him in line for the next couple of years. The issue is us. The issue is that we've allowed the bar to be pushed so low that this kind of shithead was allowed to become president. Now, to be fair, I don't think that the alternatives in this last election were much better. That's my personal... I don't think there was a good choice this last election. The problem is us, though. The problem is that we allowed this kind of person to become a leader of our country. The problem is that there are people who genuinely act this way, and we don't hold them accountable. We want to hold them accountable, but we don't. Whether it's because we don't know how or because we don't have the balls to do it. So I'm issuing a public statement right here that anybody that I believe that is a racist, a sexist, any kind of hatred in your heart, I'm going to call you out on it, and I want you to call me out on it. Because if we start calling each other out in a respectful, conversation-based manner, have some talks and figure out why we have these feelings, maybe we can work past some of them. Or at least understand where they come from enough to not have the leader of the free world involved in chant saying send them back. It's disgusting. It's fucking just ugly. It's an ugly fucking look for this country. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for allowing this kind of talk, rhetoric, behavior. There's no excuse for that shit. I'm embarrassed today as an American. Think about all the people that have fought in wars, sacrificed, the founding fathers, the millions and millions of people who gave their lives, whether through fighting or through dedication to the work that was required, or any other manner. Think about all those people who gave their lives to this country. That is what upsets me the most. The disrespect, not just towards one group, but towards everybody. Even the people that support President Trump have to feel a little disrespected. Because if they don't entirely line up with his views, they are now associated with it. If you have publicly announced that you align with what the president believes politically, his comments, his racist rhetoric falls on you as well. It falls on all of us if we become complicit with what he is doing. I'm not saying that we need to go hurt the president. I'm not saying that he can't be a better person. I am just saying that right now, here today, we have a fucking problem. A real fucking problem. The world always looks to us because we have always asked for that responsibility. Here today, as the world looks to us, I'm embarrassed. Here today, as the world looks to us, I feel ashamed. Here today, as the world looks to us, I kind of feel like a knuckle dragger right there with the president. This is not what we should be. This is not who we are. And this is not what we want to do anymore. So again, call me out on my hatred if you believe that I have it. Because I'll do the same to any one of you. I'm done with it. There is no reason that people of color, different genders, different sexual alignments, different religions, there's no reason we can't all live together. There really isn't. And people who, the religious zealot who we're all accepting of all of God's children except for, and then they make a laundry list of fucking people, fuck you. Go eat a bag of baby dicks. To the people in politics who supported and didn't condone what President Trump said, fuck you. Go eat a bag of baby dicks. And finally, to every single racist, every single person that has hatred in their heart based on a religion, a gender, skin color, beliefs, anything like that, if you have hatred in your heart, fuck you. Go eat a bag of baby dicks. And hopefully all three of those groups choke on them. Last but not least, to the president. Baby dicks are too good for you, sir. For you, I would like to put baboon shit along with elephant testicles. And, I don't know, let's just take the eyeball of a rotting animal from the side of the road, put it all in a blender, mix it up, throw some mint leaves on it, and serve it to you, and just let you sip on that for a bit. I don't know where that came from. Just trying to keep it civil here. But I think that'd be a good shit smoothie for the shit sipper. Anyways, guys, this went a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I enjoyed this. Look for more of these because they're coming. Fuck all the hatred. Fuck the president. Fuck all the racism. Anyone that disagrees can eat a bag of dicks. Peace!